I'm talking to you. You know, a little birdie tells me you may be into a horror story or two, and it's good. It's real good to hear, because do you know what? So am I!
Why would you do that?
I play a load of horror games. I love being spooked. I love the concept of just like inducing fear. I know, call me strange, but
hello?
You clicked on this video too, okay? I've also done copious amounts of try not to get scared challenges because just the idea of finding something pretty freaky is both terrifying and just a little bit exciting. And so for today's video, I figured we'd try and watch some horror animated shorts. And yes, I know I'm the last one probably to do this thing. It's kind of like one of those things, you know, you may be in school or you may have already left, but you know when you're clapping for something which is cool and then everyone slows down and then... Yeah, try now. What I thought. Last clap. Yeah, for this series, I'm last. And I'm proud of it. So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here, and welcome back to a video concept I've been wanting to try for weeks right now. Reacting to scary animated horror stories. I've seen a load of people doing this in recent weeks, okay? My friend Bazamalam, Corey Kenshin, we've got Messier South, Umperville. I figured what I would do is actually give my own take on watching some of these things because creepypasta readings and I guess watching the animated stuff alongside is two things I love, and so doing it for a video is just like a good time all around. And if you guys are down to stick around, have some fun experiences, go ahead, grab yourself a popcorn and a soda and be prepared to share, because I got none. Right now, I'm going to be watching 2 to 3 episodes of these animated stories. They were animated by Llama Arts and commentated by Mr. Nightmare, both channels in the description down below. I mean, as you can see, Llama Arts is always busy at work animating these, and my video is going to show you just a few, so you should really check out their channel if you enjoy this style of content. So this first video we're going to be watching here is a True Snowstorm Stories animated. These are some of my worst phobias, you know, when it's snowing and you're out in the middle of nowhere. Let's just watch. So here we go, guys. True Snowstorm Stories. Let's get this thing started.
My name is Ethan,
I'm excited to
I'm a
experience this.
photographer.
Okay.
I took a trip last year with my wife to the Colorado mountains for an art project. My
That's
wife
not bad,
is also
you
an
know?
avid skier, so she talked me into adding skiing into the trip.
Ah, two birds
We
with
had
one
the
stone,
option
you
to
know?
book
You're
a room
there. Dang, bro, you need some sleep.
We had the option to book a room at a ski resort or rent out a private log cabin.
Ooh.
The second one seemed more
Bro.
romantic, so I picked that one.
I see where your
Plus, it
mind's
didn't
at
hurt
right
that
now.
It was cheaper.
It don't
The
look too
cabin
good
was
though, you
nothing
know?
luxurious or anything. It was a single floor, 4-room little thing. A
Looks
two-person
alright,
bedroom,
you know, pretty cool.
a small living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom.
Hey,
It may
what
have
more do you
been
need?
small,
It's got a
but the
bedroom,
actual
okay? I'm just
idea of
saying.
being secluded in a warm log cabin during a blizzard was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Beautiful
However,
experience,
the storm
you
was
see.
interfering with the cable signal,
Dang.
so we didn't have much to do this one particular
Bro,
evening.
don't go out. That storm will break your
It was
back up,
just starting
you know?
to get dark out at this point, but
You
there was
see-
still a decent amount of light outside.
Guys, it's these sort of things, you know, like being trapped in. A big contributor to my phobia of snow was a film called The Shining, you know. It's like always snowing, they're trapped in some kind of huge mansion. It just created that phobia, and yeah, it's stuck.
So I thought it would be perfect for getting a few shots and videos in the blizzard for backgrounds and wallpapers.
Hell yeah. Sounds
I
cool,
told
man.
my wife I'd be back
Yeah, those
within
gloves
10
on?
minutes and slipped on my boots and coat.
Wait, was he just
The
commentating about
moment I
slipping his
stepped
boots and coat
outside
on?
and
Wait,
shut
what the
the
freak?
door, I noticed footsteps leading up to the door in the snow that had
Oh.
blown under the wooden awning.
Now that's a red flag.
I could see the prints doubled
Uh-oh.
as whoever left them there turned and went the opposite direction.
Oh, this is the
I was
thing.
freaked the f out, but I wasn't about to go inside and scare my wife.
So you stay outside with a killer potentially?
I decided to give in to my curiosity
gosh.
and followed the prints to the right side of the cabin.
We got a guy
Right
that needs to
away,
be in a
I
movie
noticed
right
that
now.
They led to the bedroom
This is
window.
how they die.
My heart
my
froze
gosh.
in fear when I saw this. I could see
What
my
the wife,
wife
man?
sitting on the bed using her iPad.
Okay.
She noticed me, and I waved. She
Bro,
left.
the dude
I
before was doing
continued to
that.
follow the footprints around the
that's
cabin to
creepy.
the other side.
Yeah, that's
They
not
led
good.
to the living room window on the other side.
Oh man, someone's
Someone
been
was
watching.
stalking us.
They're
But
watching
how long
habits.
ago was the question? I found myself standing there
Just
for
go.
a good minute asking myself if I should follow the footprints anymore.
Don't follow the footsteps.
For whatever reason, I decided I would.
But why?
They were now leading away from
Not
the
good.
cabin.
This is bad.
I knew I was following
Oh,
the prints
boy.
to where this person was going, not coming
Sure.
from, simply by the boot marks.
They would have been snowed in, the
I
ones coming up
followed
to
the
the cabin,
prints away
right?
from the opening and into the trees.
Uh-huh.
That was where I saw him.
Him?
A man wearing a black coat facing a tree, slouched down, looking at the ground.
That dude's been watching
He
too
was
much Blair
still
Witch.
as a statue, and I could see the snow piling up on his hood and shoulders.
So he's just
I
stationary,
froze
he's
in
not
my
moving.
tracks, trying not to make a sound. I would have thought to ask him if he needed help otherwise,
His hands are blue, like he's past help.
but this guy was just standing there, not doing anything, like some kind of deranged freak.
What the
I
heck?
started to gradually move backwards without even turning around. making sure this
is
man
why you
didn't
shouldn't
turn
investigate
around or notice
steps.
me.
Okay? Never.
When I got at a visual distance, I turned around and stomped
Smart.
through the snow back to the cabin.
We got a
When I
smart
slammed the door
character.
shut, my wife came over to see what was wrong.
Okay.
I saw worry in her eyes.
Sure.
I guess she saw the worry in mine.
I mean, you ran back too, you know?
She knew I saw something, and after a few minutes of harassment, I finally told her what I saw.
Don't keep it
She
secret.
immediately
That's
started
bad.
packing her things, telling me we're leaving right away. I told her no, we're not going anywhere. I would not get a refund for leaving early, and I wasn't about to up and leave just because some weird guy was walking around outside.
We got a man who would rather die than get, like, lose out on, like, 90 bucks. Hello, 911. Yeah, I got a man who's pointing a gun at me because he wants my wallet, but I'm not giving him, okay? I get no refund.
She made a point of locking both locks on the door and making sure all of the windows were sealed shut.
Sure.
For the
That's
rest of the
standard,
night,
right?
we read stuff on our iPads. I reviewed
Bro,
the pictures and
paranoia.
videos I had taken so far.
Okay.
We turned out the lights early as there wasn't much else to do.
Sure. Bad
What if
storm,
he's
no
still
signal?
out there? I remember
Smart.
my wife asking me. There's no way
question.
he's still out there, I then assured her. Listening to the wind blowing outside, along with the small flakes of snow hitting the windows, was strangely relaxing.
I
And
wouldn't
I
be able
knew
to
I'd be able
relax.
to fall asleep quickly.
No way.
Except if it wasn't for
Oh, no. This is why you
the
leave,
knock at
man.
the bedroom window.
You should have left.
We were both still
You
awake,
messed up.
and we both knew it was a knock from a person.
Yep.
I ushered my wife out of bed and out into the living room without turning on any lights.
Good.
There was nothing to
same
use
time,
as a
bad.
weapon whatsoever.
You
Our
got
only
fists.
option was to run before something might happen.
Sure.
I told my wife we'd have to forget our
Wow,
luggage
man.
and make a dash for the Jeep.
Yep.
We slipped on our boots and coats in the dark in a matter of seconds.
Good stuff.
When we heard a knock at the living room window from the opposite side of our car,
Oh my God, he's
we
right
took that
there, man.
opportunity to
Is that
run.
his bottom lip right there,
I
like?
pressed the unlock button, so grateful I chose to have remote locks on my Wrangler, and we
Good.
hopped in.
Oh, they
The
were
car
kitted out for
started
this,
with
thank
ease,
goodness.
And as soon as the headlights flashed on, the man was standing facing the log cabin on our side now.
The same thing.
Not a window, just facing the wall of the cabin in the same position I had seen him in earlier,
Bro,
as if he were hiding his face.
what the heck?
We
This
drove
guy.
to the nearby ski resort
Why?
without much trouble in the Jeep.
Sure.
We stayed there for the night and went back the next day to the log cabin to collect our things we left
I
behind.
guess you got no choice. Dang, though.
He wasn't there.
I would have police coming with me like cops. You gotta backtail my car whilst I go back to the cabin. There's no way. That's literally the story. It just ends that abruptly. Okay, what made that one so weird? It's just the guy was stalking them actively, but it's like whenever he was caught, he would freeze and he would never show exactly what he's doing. How if they stayed the extra night after the knocking on the window? Like, you can't even assume what would have happened. We're now moving over, guys, to the next story that we're going to be watching. This one is a true creepy thunderstorm horror stories. Thunderstorms, again, is anything where the weather is having an impact for me. It's just like triggering those phobias. Let's
In
do
the year
this one.
2009,
Get
I
some
was spending a
goosebumps.
weekend with my uncle on his ranch when my parents were renovating the new house we had just
place.
bought.
Resident Evil
It
4.
was my second night there. a
Freak
Saturday.
Mario and Luigi.
It was my second
Anyway.
night there, a Saturday, and it happened to be during one of the biggest thunderstorms of the year.
Dang.
I'd say there were at least 3 crashes of thunder and lightning per minute. And
That
we
would
were
be
in the
so
heart
cool
of the
to see.
storm
I'd
because
love
the
that.
thunder would crash not even a second after the lightning would.
Wow.
I always enjoyed listening to storms while laying in bed.
Yeah, same.
So I stayed up a little later
The
watching
freak is
TV, just enjoying the ambiance.
Bro, what are you watching right now?
After
I
the
got
movie
questions.
I was watching finally ended, I turned off the TV and tried to fall asleep.
Dang, that's quick. I wish I was that snappy going to the... What the fuck? Subtitles are on right now, guys. Sorry about that. Completely messed
As
that
I
up.
heard the lightning strike from outside, I could have sworn I heard some kind of metallic thud coming from outside at the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
pay
weird.
it too much mind.
You should have.
20 seconds later,
Because now you're in a creepypasta. The
I could
freak?
have sworn I heard
Like
it
a
again.
blacksmith out there?
A very
Bro, what are
distinct
you working
metallic thud coming from outside to match the timing of the lightning.
That's
I really
planned
don't mean
right
to
there.
make this sound like a cliche horror story, but my uncle really is a kind of creepy guy, and I was
What?
never close with him even remotely. So
He
for
looks
that
like he's
reason, I
dead.
didn't feel right going to wake him up. I just
I
tried
guess.
to forget about it.
I don't know, though, man. And again, look, 3
Now
times
I
in
was
a
getting
row.
concerned. What the hell could
It's
that
no
be?
coincidence. Get up.
After the
There
third
you go.
time, I finally got out of bed and walked over to the window of the
Good.
guest bedroom.
Oh, man.
The water pouring down on the window made it extra hard to see what was out there in the dark
Oh,
fields.
this is so cool.
A flash of lightning
fourth?
momentarily lit up the property.
He's
but
trying
I
to
couldn't
break
see
in,
anything.
right?
However, once again, the sound of a metal hit accompanied it.
He's got something
The
heavy
sound was
hitting
so
off something
close
else.
now. It sounded like it was coming from the left of the window at a blind spot. I was going to do something I knew my uncle wouldn't be happy about.
You got no choice.
It
could
be a
save
bit
your
messy,
life.
but I was going to open the window and peer outside to see if I could see what the sound was.
Yeah, this is smart. This is
I
actually smart
unhooked the
for
window
once.
lock and slid it up, and immediately the
Nice
wind
and
of the
quietly.
storm blew drops of rain into the room and onto me.
It's gotta be cold.
I stuck my head out the window and looked to the left.
Wait for
And
it.
at that very moment, lightning lit up
flash.
the property once
Oh,
again.
man.
And I could see a person dressed in
Oh,
all
my
black,
gosh.
crouched down by the outside basement door with his hand raised in the air. And before the sky went dark,
Is he
I caught
upside
the
down?
briefest glimpse of what the sound was coming from. The person was bashing at the basement door lock.
Oh my gosh.
I pulled my head in and quietly shut the window, making sure to
Yeah.
lock it.
Yeah,
I was in a panic.
sure.
I feared he might have seen or heard me.
Bro, he's breaking into
I
your
ran
house.
back to bed and
Irrelevant.
pretended to be asleep,
No! God, please, no! No!
facing away from the window.
Why would you do that?
Lightning crashed once again, but
What, so
this
you can get
time
killed
there
whilst you're
was no
pretending to be
metallic
asleep?
thud.
He's in.
My heart must have dropped as I realized this.
He's in
I just
the
stayed
basement.
put in bed for the longest time, hoping
No,
whoever was out there
man.
would go away.
If your uncle's weird, he'll
After
probably have a
maybe
gun.
3 more lightning crashes without any thuds accompanying them,
He's at the
I thought it
window?
would be safe to go tell my uncle.
Wait, what the
I
freak?
turned to face the window and
Did he-
screamed.
He didn't lock it behind him,
There
did
was
he?
a figure, clear as day,
my
standing at the
gosh.
window, looking in at me.
I want to see a lightning
I
flash.
screamed as loud as I could and ran straight to my uncle's room.
Maybe that's the best
He
thing.
went outside with his
You
hunting
see?
rifle with nothing on but his pajamas, not even
Freak.
socks.
Let's just hope he doesn't just wear that vest and that's his pajama set, you know?
He ran around the entire property yelling like a madman, but didn't find anyone.
Oh, man. So
The
they
next
flee.
morning, we were able to better see the marks on the basement door lock.
Wow.
It was almost bashed
Oh my
open.
gosh.
Maybe 3 or 4 more good hits would have done it, according to my uncle.
They were putting in that work,
He was proud
right?
of me for picking up on it.
Yeah, good
Luckily,
job,
I was
kid.
out of there that same day.
And what about
My
your
uncle hasn't
though?
told us of any incidents since,
I
so
kinda
I think
feel
he's
bad
been
for him,
okay.
you know? I hope
Not
so.
that we talk to him much at all.
Dang. So, like,
I'm
he might be
grateful I
dead.
stayed up a little later that night watching that movie, because I may have just stopped a robbery, or possibly much worse.
That's very true. See? It's the weird things, guys. They all end up connecting. Like, you may be feeling like disappointed doing something, but then something props up as a result. It's just how it seems to work. We're gonna watch a third one. I was gonna do 2, but I'm enjoying this so
it was
much.
2 years ago.
Night shift
I was
stories.
called
Let's
in
go.
to do the night shift, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. at 7-Eleven, since
Dang.
somebody called out. The store was located on a busy road in a rather quiet and rural area.
I'm gonna call you out there. Busy road is behind the store. Store looking bland as freak, okay?
During the night shift, you could expect anywhere from 10 to 20 people come in to buy a beer or something else.
Okay.
This one
Not
particular
Doritos.
night, there
Are
was
you
this
kidding
one
me?
guy, mid-20s, that came in.
Dang.
He started making weird noises, like
Yeah, look, we don't
loud
sound close.
yelling noises. I assumed
What? I feel like I need to
making
replay that. Hold
weird
up.
noises, like loud yelling noises.
Go to the police?
I
Straight
assumed
away?
he had some kind of mental disability.
Okay,
In
or maybe
fact,
that.
my brother has a mental disability,
Okay.
so I immediately felt sympathy for the guy.
Hey, respect,
He
Vince.
walked up to the counter without any items,
was
with his
closed,
head
though.
facing me, but his eyes were looking up at the ceiling.
Look, I would call the
I
police to
felt
help the man out.
uncomfortable.
He looks like he's not doing
I
too
honestly didn't know how to deal with it.
good. Give him some lays. I don't know.
I tried speaking with him, but he only responded in loud noises.
We got a zombie on our hands, I
I
think.
kept checking if he was with someone outside, but he was alone.
Oh,
There weren't any cars in the parking lot, so I assumed he
that's
walked.
bad. Why would he
stood
walk
there
so
for
far out
so
the way?
long, looking up at the ceiling and making noises, that I
Yeah, he
tried
looks
to get him
bad,
out by handing him a bag of chips and telling him he can go.
That's
I
cool.
tried finding some kind of number to call for someone to help him.
He doesn't even care.
Then,
Look at
out
him.
of nowhere, he finally turned around and walked out of the store. I
Why?
felt so horrible for the man,
Sure.
but at the same time, I felt a bit creeped out.
If you didn't take the chips,
About
then
an hour later, the phone
that's
on
not
the
what he
counter
came in
rang.
for. You know, that's weird. That would be very concerning as well.
I picked up to hear the familiar yelling
Freak!
sounds of the man from earlier.
So he's got a phone and
Caught
he's
me
doing
off
all right.
guard. I didn't know what to think,
The heck?
other than this has to be some kind of prank.
Yeah. Just
I hung
yell
up on
back.
them.
Maybe see
I
what
was
he
now
does.
becoming paranoid of my
You know?
surroundings, constantly checking the outside through the windows.
I'll just leave like right
Come
now.
4 o'clock,
Resign
the
on the
person
desk.
working after
I'm
me
gone.
came in, finally allowing for me to go home.
Woo. Yeah, but
It
what about
wasn't
his?
my problem anymore.
Wow.
I got
Okay.
home and threw all my stuff on the table,
Sure.
ready to get to sleep.
Sure, Vince. Not the good guy
But my
after all,
phone
huh?
rang within a minute after entering the door.
Oh, the guy's dead.
I
Well
felt
done,
a
Vince.
chill run down my spine.
Look what you've done.
Why would someone be calling at 4 a.m.?
I guess that's true.
I could only imagine it was bad news. I braced myself and picked up the phone to hear the man again.
How?
I felt sick to my stomach as I
What
listened to
the
the loud
freak?
noises he made.
That
I
is
struggled to
so
slam the phone to the
real,
receiver.
man. Sure.
All night, I felt like I was being watched,
Bro, I would be
even
so
with all the
freaked out right
blinds
now.
shut. And I could swear I heard strange noises coming from all over my house.
Yeah, this is bad.
I refused to get any sleep until the sun came up. Weeks passed, and I had forgotten about the incident. Until one day, when going into the basement for the first time in a while,
No, don't be
I found
cliche.
that papers had been scattered all over the floor.
Papers don't
And when I
scatter
went into the
themselves, my
basement
guy.
closet,
Oh
I
my
found
gosh.
writing on the walls. 7-Eleven had been written in Sharpie on the
It's
wall,
the guy.
along with the address to the 7-Eleven I worked
Vincent
at
Gallo, they
and my
know his
house
name.
address. The most disturbing part,
Someone's been breaking
I also
in.
found various kitchen knives, along with a large
my
pocket
God.
knife sitting in the closet. What started out as
messed up.
seemingly just an innocent person, turning into something of a prank, ultimately turned into something much more horrifying.
Yeah, you
He
don't
had
say.
been living
Oh
down
my
there for God knows
gosh.
how long,
Call the
and
police
I'm
on
just
that? Like,
grateful
seriously?
that for whatever reason, he changed his mind and left,
Like,
because I
yeah.
haven't seen or heard from him since.
Yep, for sure.
All I
Thing
can
is,
say
like,
is that man is dangerously ill.
very dangerously indeed. But there we go anyway, guys. That was just me checking out 3 different horror stories, and I guess I hope you guys did enjoy. It was something different, you know? Sometimes we can't always do the same thing by playing games. This was also one of those video genres I at least wanted to do one single video on because it just looks like a load of fun, and I did have fun making this one. Hopefully you guys also enjoyed this episode. I mean, if you did, maybe we can turn this into like a 2-3 part thing because there's some other scary stuff that I do want to check out as well. For now, though, we're going to leave this one here, and I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, why not drop me that like rating? And hey, if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more videos just like this one right here? So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I of course hope you did enjoy, and I will of course see you on the next one.